Okay, your magnetism is about to not only blow your mind, but other people's minds. And like, it's giving freaking sexy. And it's because you're utilizing a new level of your own sexual power to create the life you want, to create this thing you've been working on manifesting, and inadvertently it like makes you sexy. It like is it's God, it's like you're ripe or something, but it's not even like you're trying to be. That's the thing that's really hot. It's not like conventional like it's like it's raw, it's real, it's like deep sexual power that has been kind of like dormant within you, and there's some kind of shift happening. And I feel like this is kind of like a part two of my last video about like how you're bending time with like your sexual energy. But so there's more information from what I'm understanding. So there's like a creative breakthrough you're on the horizon of or in the midst of, that is about how you create your own life. And like that thing you've been working towards manifesting, whether it's a book or being a star or being a mother or the awesome relationship or all of the above, it's like there's obviously been your creativity, and there's been like a lot of mind, like logic, just like very masculine, kind of the way that you've directed things to create. And because so many of us have that like wounded feminine thing, I mean, everyone's got it all, right? Like wounded masculine, wounded feminine. What's new? The feminine has had like a hard time receiving. So that's one thing, if it's like do or constantly just projecting out and taking action, but like not really allowing this, like what is that like goddess energy within everyone that is about this, just her pleasure of receiving. So there is something happening within you, and you can make this as sexual as you want, but it's like beyond just, it's like beyond sexual. It's like not the stupid animalistic like, oh, I'm a caveman and I'm gonna make this about sex. It's like, yeah, it is, but it's not. It's so much more like this like upper echelon, like PhD understanding of like quantum physics understanding of your freaking sexual power. And not like, it's not dripping, it's not needy, it doesn't need attention from others, it really doesn't care what others think either, which is like, I don't know why it feels that way, but it's a boss in the best freaking kind of way. And there's something unlocking within yourself, and it has to do with it just has to do with how you're creating your life. And I think we've had such a distorted relationship with sex, like for thousands of years, and every culture, like maybe there's some healthy stuff, but most of it's like weird and distorted and like just weird. It's just freaking weird. And like, me coming from a history of being sexually abused as a kid, and then growing up in a society where it's like women are sex objects, and like just all of it, and like shame, you don't look good enough, and your body's horrible, and you're too skinny, and you're too fat, and your boobs aren't big enough, and your ass isn't big enough, but now that's out of style, so you got to do that. It's just like, so there's all this distortion, and it goes for men too. There's a whole set of like weird stuff with men and their sexuality. I mean, a lot of like, major freaking porn addiction, and this kind of really big misunderstanding of like the sacredness of our sexuality, and like what actually can we do if we understand how sacred we are, and how do we share ourselves with others. And so there's this sexual awakening that I feel like is also happening at the same time, And it's not necessarily like exploration in sex. It's like exploration of your freaking effing power. Like that is, you know, everything weird that like society has made around sexuality, which is weird freaking sex education to culture about everything, that it's just so far from this power of this innate thing within you, because it's chi, it's life force, it's kundalini. It is just like it's so powerful. And there is something about, we are going through a phase for people on their growth path of massive freaking integration. And there is something with, I am feeling that every person, despite whatever gender you are, you have a wounded little boy and a wounded little girl in you. And the wounded little boy in you has been trying to protect the scared little wounded little girl. And they're all confused about how this is going down. And there's something about whatever you've been doing on your healing journey, each of you are so unique in whatever, but there is some kind of like, the masculine is like kind of stepping up, like you know, of this new kind of phase, because you've done certain healings around whatever that masculine energy is in you. And there's this new kind of goddess energy, right? Who's the receptive within each of you that is stepping up to the plate. And like, so there's this empowerment of this yin and yang within you that is like the massive freaking, like when they, because like the little wounded boy and the little wounded girl, they can't, like, they don't have sex, they don't have the reproduction, like this is the thing inside of you, like they were like stunted. And there is something of like you coming into this like new owning of who you are and this like new understanding of who you are. I also feel really strongly there is major teenage energy coming through that is asking, like, just notice where you're getting insecure around things and like question, like, you know, and it's multiple different ages for everyone, but there's something with that last wolf moon, and it's like teenage wolf. Like there is a teenager in us who's like, right, that like when they're coming into their sexuality, oh, that's interesting, because that is when the teenager starts, you know, understanding their own sexuality, dealing with like rejection, dealing with trying to like be a certain way that like the kids at school or TV or whatever is like telling us about whatever, and then the shame and all that weird shit stuff. And I've been like letting my mouth, I don't know what is up with you guys at YouTube, but like I really have been conscious about never swearing, and I'm just noticing I'm loosening up a little bit, and there certain things are popping out. Okay, so anyways, maybe that's my teenager like F it. So something is integrating, and I feel like there's some kind of new thing, like there's an empowerment happening for the teenage within you. There's an empowerment for the little boy in you, and there's an empowerment for the little girl, meaning like the feminine and the masculine, but it's like they were stunted. They're turning into, you know, maybe it's like they're growing now and they're like hitting like a teenager, which is not like go run wild and just like, you know, put your body out there for anyone. It's more like you're the master now, and you can guide that growing femme and masculine within you to collide to create the freaking life you want. Like I'm telling you, your ability to manifest this thing even bigger, and your ability to like lock into those dreams in a new way. Again, I feel like I have to repeat this. Just really be cool about your insecurities coming up. they are coming up to just be like, whether it's your 6-year-old or your 15-year-old, they're just saying like, hey, I still feel this way. And if you're in my membership, you know this. You should be in the membership, because it's just freaking like, it's just going to keep growing into like, we're sharing each other's collective energy of freaking empowerment, and we're integrating and we're empowering aspects of ourselves. So like, as opposed to like, why identity shifting just is like, I am this thing. Like, sorry, you have 20 other versions of you hanging out, and that's why you're always getting hijacked, because now you're just trying to align with like, I'm the version that believes in myself and who's manifesting the thing and all these things, while you have 30 other versions who's still in the trauma bubble, who feels scared about their sexuality, who feels embarrassed to whatever, who feels, weirded out by this. What this new kind of understanding is, you identity shift and empower every part of you to come together, to work as one, to hold the weight of this freaking level of success. So everyone who is on their growth path right now, the energy is about integration of all these parts of you. The energy is about creativity and sexuality, and utilizing your sexual power to create a freaking universe, to create the life you have been yearning to live forever. And that is why I am so freaking excited to share with you my next, it's like an experience. I don't know if I want to call it a workshop, but I guess that's what it is. It's live, it's on Zoom. There will be a replay called I Am the Creator. And it is like legit, where we are using our bodies and Kundalini and breath work to connect to our own sexual energy, to open things within ourselves, to be able to be a portal of inspiration, to become your own muse, and then create a movement using your body that you're gonna create your own movement. You're going to create your own movement, an activation card that is like for you to practice daily to continue opening and connecting with this sexual energy. So this is something like, we're going to go on this journey, but you're going to create the thing. You're going to create your own medicine. You're going to use your own sexual freaking power. You're going to unite your masculine, your feminine to freaking create the universe you want to live in. It's going to be amazing. More info below. So, let's get into the reading. I want to talk to your sexuality. I want to talk to, who do I want to talk to? Let's talk to the teenager. Let's talk to the empowered masculine, empowered feminine. And let's talk to this universe that you're in the midst of creating. You're like jumping into this whole, like the shift that is coming for you. I just can't express how long you were stuck in. Okay, it's like last year you were like, you were shifting out of that identity so much last year, or out of some kind of old version of yourself, some kind of program, but it was like a year of just like shifting out of it and changing rapidly. And what you're going to be able, and I think I've mentioned this before, like the things that took you a year last year to shift into, to work through, it's going to take you a month now. And that's why, like, if you are a part of this membership program, if you are the thing is, you have to be doing something creative. You have to be understanding how to work with your sexual power. Otherwise, like, your sexuality can kind of go crazy, or it can, you can drip the energy. It can look like needy desperation. It can look blocked. It can look like, so it's really powerful because we have this potent energy where maybe it's like Mother Earth, the Kundalini is rising, like, so that there's just something collectively about this fire in you. And it's so cool because it's so sexy and pure and innocent, but hot and sexual, and like, but it's in its like in its truest like creation, and it's not distorted by sick, twisted things or whatever weird crap everyone has with their sexuality. There is some really raw, just sacred sexuality that is coming out, and like, damn, if you work with it, yes, your magnetism. And just to give you, I know we're going to get into the reading, but just to give you a little taste, like, because now I've been like making music for these portions of like body work I'm doing in my workshops. And it's like, it's just like drums. Like there's going to be a lot of movement. Oh my God. It's going to be so freaking good. And just so much movement around here. Okay. Are you ready to open? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to create the freaking creation portal of reception? Like it is going to be lit. All right, let's ask our sexuality. I love it. Also, I feel like sexuality, for me, it's a her. She also is funny. She has such a sense of humor. All right. Teenager. Come on, you little pimpled face brat. Get in here. No, I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. I feel like this too. Let's ask our empowered masculine. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Like when I was kind of like thinking of the movements for this, and I'm like, well, there's definitely like jutting masculine, and then there's like the soft feminine, and then there's the jutting. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be an interesting workshop. Okay, feminine. For the workshop, you're gonna need your crayons and or markers or colored pencils. You're gonna need some paper. You're gonna need like space on the ground. Either have like a yoga mat or just like comfortable place to like have movement on the ground. Okay, bring in goddess femme. Like, sis, what do you wanna share? 2. Okay, and then the universe that we're creating through this inspiration of this sexual power. I'll write that through. Universe through sex. Okay, so let's talk to our bodies. Let's just get into our bodies. So you're gonna hold your root lock, the muscle you hold your pee with. Hold it, squeeze. That's some sexual power right there. Bring it up, bring it light up through your spine. Take a big deep breath in. Another time, bring it up. Squeeze and one more time, breathe in and release. Okay. The other thing we're going to be doing in this, I don't know why I don't want to call this a workshop. I mean, it like kind of is, but it's like an experience and it's like an activation. Like it's like the other thing, it's a group activation and transmutation, but it's really like it's an activation. Okay, let's turn these over. Cool. Yeah. I love it. Okay, let me just ask, I'll pull a card later for that one. All right, the destiny path. Or excuse me, our sexuality is like, well, it's your destiny path to discover this within yourself. And that your destiny path is saying, your sexuality is saying this is about how you can use your sexuality to manifest your purpose, to align with your purpose. And you can use your sexual power. Oh my God, your sexual power is a transmuter. Dude, that's what it's been this whole time. You, the alchemist, it's not you, the alchemist. It's your sexual power is what can make you an alchemist. It's your sexual power is what is the transmuter. So it's talking about how you can use your sexual power to transmute. Of course, like, duh, I created Animal Apothecary to overcome 18 years of complex PTSD from being sexually abused as a kid. That was me transmuting my hell into something that's uplifting for not only me, but for other people. And because it's a creation, that means I used my sexual power to create this, which was the transmuter. Freaking awesome. Our teenager is talking about how there is some unknown gift that they freaking have for us. Hell yeah, I knew it. Because I feel like my teenager is coming out, and I feel like my 20-something-year-old is also coming out that has some like a little bit of a rebel kind of vibe. So there is this, sorry, I was reading something on my phone. So our teenager is sharing that they have some kind of a gift for us, but if we align with this gift, it is victorious. It brings some kind of victory for us. It's something that is like really empowering and victorious for us. So they want to share that they're coming up, and even if they come up shadowy or like insecure, they're coming out to be like, hey, I'm here, like I'm down to get empowered with you, like I'm down to learn about like my own sexuality in a really healthy way because no one taught me that. Like, that's why you gotta come to this freaking I am the creator. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't even know. I just came up, long story, whatever. So, okay, teenager, like I invite you in. I freaking invite you in. What do you want to share? Our masculine. Of course, it's like the masculine is like, I am the eagle that flies to the highest heights. It's like, yeah, that's right. You better fly me to the highest heights, my masculine freaking power. So that's awesome. Thank you. So this is like our healthy, empowered masculine within all of us is like, yo, I'm an eagle. Like, hell yeah. Like, what the most, which is a power animal, which is about like, first of all, let's just talk about divine masculine and sexuality and eagle. Have you seen eagles mate? They do the most sacred, like they grip their claws together and then they just like fly, like they, in the air, I don't know what the right word is, but they like swirl around together while their claws are hooked in. It's like the most like dynamically awesome ritual of mating. Like, so thank you also, just like props to you, eagle, for like coming in with like your awesome understanding of like this like doing it differently and just empowering and in the air. Like, you're so cool. Okay, so the other thing that eagle says, eagle masculine power, is like, because when eagle comes, it's about, you can watch your thoughts and your words and your deeds, because they're going to start manifesting quicker. So I feel like our awesome masculine eagle power is like, yeah, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. Like, duh, let's go. But watch your thoughts, because that's the power. Oh my God, that's the power of your freaking masculine power, is like super into like the manifesting and like, you know, making it happen. Seeing like, okay, I thought of it and now it's there. Like, he's like, I love to like plant the seeds and like give birth to all the things that you're thinking of. Yeah, total dude. Okay. Femme. She's the lion and she's a buffalo. So the feminine, I think, has been terrified. I think she's been hiding in all of us because this is about the cowardly lion who turned into the courageous lion. So I think there's just a really hard path that the feminine aspect of you who has had to go on this journey, and it was dark and it was scary and it brought up a lot of fear and terror, and it has taken her a lot of courage to come out. And because the buffalo prayer answered is about trust, I think she's coming forward to say, like, it's been a really, really hard road, and this says it's in you. And the cowardly lion became the courageous lion because it wanted to be courageous, and it went down the terrifying journey to get the badge of honor of courage from Emerald City, but it was already demonstrating that it had courage. So there's something like, I think she's saying it's in a, like, I'm, that thing that we want is already in me. She's saying that, and that, but she has been in the dark for quite some time. And buffalo prayer answered, it says prayer answered, is about the feminine changing her relationship with trust. I think she's been in our shadows because she really saw some messed up things. She was very hurt. She was rejected. Her little boy wounded part of her couldn't really figure out how to protect her. And she wasn't able to be free and flowy and, you know, all the things, because just so many things were kind of janked up within all the parts of herself and who she shares herself with, right? Like the feminine shares itself with multiple parts within yourself. So the buffalo is like, she's coming forward to say, like, I'm ready to believe in abundance, and I'm ready to trust, because I didn't actually trust you. But now that, like, she knows that she has this protector in her who's like awesome, she's like ready to come out of the dark in this new light and like work with trust, which is her superpower, because the eagle masculine can't manifest the thing without her. They have to work together. So I feel like she's saying, like, okay, I'm going to trust this part of me. I'm going to trust life in a new way. I want to pull one more card from her. Yeah. The dragons, which is very masculine. Oh, I mean, maybe this is her trust in her masculine, because action leads to success. And this is all about, this is in the I Ching, the first hexagram, which is super masculine. It's like, take action. So maybe it's like, maybe the feminine in you has been so just seeing a lot of like weird things with masculine, and like the things that were painful within culture, within masculinity, like, oh my God, she's ready to ride the dragon. That's what it needed in you. You needed to ride the freaking dragon in you. And like the feminine was too scared to get on the dragon. Like, I've seen what dragons can do, and it starts with an R. Wait, sorry, that was, I'm just thinking of, you know, I have some history with rape too. So like, I think there's, you know, okay. So I think she had her own inner conflict with the masculine within herself. So she is now saying she's ready to trust this masculine aspect of herself to go forward, charge into this thing, and she will ride it. She will ride it. The empowered masculine in you is like, ready, let's go. I will be the freaking dragon, and I'm not the dragon in Western culture who gets the maiden, who is like hoarding the gold, who tries to kill the hero with fire. This is the Chinese, the Eastern dragon, who's benevolent, who is kind, who is all about like, you know, just like helping people who are coming and serving from their heart. So she is talking about there's this new relationship within yourself where there's this really empowered, healthy understanding of masculinity within and without. And like this, it empowers her to like trust in this part of herself. But like the masculine needs her to ride this because it's just going wherever it wants. The feminine in you is actually directing where the action is happening. So without it, the dragon in you, the masculine within you is just gonna like go, whoa, where are we? Like, ugh. The feminine in you, the empowered feminine is like, oh, I'm gonna steer you to our dreams. Now I feel like I should turn off my radiator because it's about to get loud. Okay, so the next one was the universe that we are creating through our sexual energy. I did pull one card. I just want one more understanding on that. Okay. Master manifester and get out of your head. So I don't even want to pay too much attention to this card. It's just like whatever is telling you that's like not good enough or it's gross or like there's something about like taking, like get your like adult empowered masculine to like shut it down. Like we're good. And get your empowered feminine to also shut it down. Like they're both like, let them shut down the disempowering things because it's like, it's just not true. And it's like, it gets you stuck in your head and it's too much logic. And it's like, makes you self-focused in a really like regressive way. It's uncool. The other thing that the universe that you are creating through your sexual power is like, bam, okay, master manifester. And that in that, don't be surprised if you have to face some things that are scary within yourself, but they're not true. And it's a part of going through that fear that is the initiation of manifesting this thing. So what does our body want to share with us about all this like awesome, potent sexual energy that is like ready for us to create? We have a part of you is ready to die. Yeah, I think this is her mouth, the side of her mouth. And she is releasing an old program. So there, you know, and it almost looks like bandaged, constricted up. Like, I feel like there's some wounded thing that no longer is gonna be wounded. And it's not that this thing dies for this story, for this reading. I feel like it's reborn into its most empowered self. And that, you know, our sexual power is like, it's always a choice how you're going to stand. It's always a choice who you want to be. And that for every part of you that's having a hard time, remember to empower them. To remember, like, here's the thing. When I notice those parts of me coming up now, instead of just that kind of singular focus of, oh, I'm just going to identity shift and not like listen to that thing. No, that thing is coming up because it is legit in you. And instead of just like avoid identity shifting into the version of myself that believes in myself, F off. It's like, this is like, oh, okay, come in and you use your voice and you tell that scary thought to go away. Not some other version of me. I want that part of me who feels disempowered, who feels insecure, who feels kind of weird about something. I want you to learn how to be empowered. So this is about always empowering these parts of yourself, not having another part take over, right? She is not, this is about, don't bring in another aspect of you to take the steering wheel. You teach that part how to drive, or at least do what it's like. If it's the 6-year-old in you, like maybe not drive, but like you're going to want it to draw and play and tell it and have it know that it's so freaking awesome and it's going to grow up and do so many cool things and all that. And then I am the portal. And this is what we're going to be doing in the next group activation on February 1st, Saturday, noonish. I think more info is coming, but it's a part of the membership program. So you get everything in the membership, and I do these monthly workshops. There's also going to be, I believe, probably another there is another workshop called I Am Love on, I think February 16th. And we're totally just falling in love with ourselves and learning how to be like, not care anymore. Like we don't, in a healthy way, it's good to care, but like caring about what other people think. I'm so over it. Get over it and be your true self. Okay. So anyways, as usual, like in this next experience of I Am the Creator, we're going to create use our sexual energy to create this portal to receive, like to funnel in inspiration. So that's really cool. All right. I love you, and world peace forever. And just get a part of this membership. I am telling you, it's the I Am Empowered membership, has all these like workshops, has body tech movements for different things to shift out of difficult, disempowering feelings. It has members only readings just for you guys. And, you stay on as long as you need until you're like, I'm good, I got this. But there is something crazy awesome that happens when we're doing this work together, where it's like however empowered I am and however much light I have, I'm then like infusing that in you, and then you're however much empowerment and light you have, you're like infusing it in me. So it's like we're all becoming like stronger because of each other. All right, world peace forever. All the info below. Use the promo code world peace if you're watching this in January, because it's going to be $27 a month, then it goes to $33.